Winthrop Close-Up is a digital news show and the official newscast of Winthrop University. This semester, we've got 10 reporters investigating news that matters to you.
And this season is a little different. We're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Department of Mass Communication. Be sure to go to your news tab for a look back over the years.
So, Tati, what is one thing that people may not know about you?
Well, I do sing on our chamber choir, and you can look at all of our talent profiles on our website.
Okay. I'm Isaac Smith.
And I'm Tatiana Davis. We'll see you back next season.
Winthrop is giving away free money to students. We'll show you why.
And as the members of the Disc Golf Championship get their practice rounds in, Winthrop is preparing the... Welcome to Winthrop Close-Up. I'm Nick Taplett.
And I'm Isaac Smith. Free money is knocking at the door for college students. I investigate how students feel about the COVID relief grant provided by Winthrop University. Over the past year, Winthrop received the CARES Act provided by the federal government to use strictly for emergency assistance for students affected by the pandemic. Last year, they received $2 million in funding, and this year they received $7.3 million in funding.
I feel like it's a blessing. Like last year, I don't even think it was that much last year, but last year I was able to use it to, help with the expenses and stuff that I had going on. But this year, with it being a larger amount, I can get like more stuff done, be prepared for upcoming things in the future, academic wise. So I just think it was like, a very big help.
In order to be eligible for the money, Winthrop issued an application for students to indicate how much their expenses were. Also, if students were Pell or non-Pell grant eligible. But when some students got their deposit, they weren't happy.
I agree, with everyone being upset, because for one, if you are offering $10,000, you need to be able to send out that $10,000 to people who actually need it, because you don't know what they're going through behind that computer screen where they're applying for the $10,000. Get me? So when I say that, honestly, I applied for the $10,000 myself because, like I said, I'm in an unpaid internship. I'm trying to pay rent at the same time. I'm also trying to get transportation. I'm trying to buy food. I'm trying to get my books. I'm trying to get my graduation stuff, and I cannot provide for all of that being unemployed. So if I applied for that $10,000, Winthrop should have gave me that $10,000.
We have the money to give it out. I say we should give it out. As long as they're getting the funds, they should give it out.
Winthrop's interim president, George Hines, sent out an email stating that this is to be the last round of funding that the federal government will be providing as a result of the pandemic. This is Isaac Smith for Winthrop Close-Up. So far, South Carolina has documented over 860,000 cases with a recovery rate of more than 90%.
Did you know that more than 90 people are going to be competing this week for the title?
I didn't know that, but I also know that they're also throwing a pink event for breast cancer awareness.
Oh, that should be fun.
I know. The first day of fall started a month ago. Coming up, we'll show you where to celebrate the orange fall leaves and cooler weather. Plus, Family Day is finally back in person. We'll join the fun. Winthrop's homecoming celebration is back in person this year, and the excitement is building. Students, faculty, and alumni will be headed back to the Coliseum next month after COVID canceled plans last year. Of course, homecoming wouldn't be complete without our alums. The university is hosting 2 reunions, which were originally scheduled on separate weekends, but will now emerge into one big party November the 12th and the 13th. Nick, did you know that the Winthrop Alumni Association is creating homecoming t-shirts this year?
I didn't. That sounds pretty cool, though.
I know. I want a shirt.
I would like one as well.
Okay, right.
Beers and brats, but that's not all. Up next, we'll take you to a cookout.
Change colors. Many of us look forward to some of the favorite traditions, like picking out a pumpkin and enjoying a warm mug of apple cider. That's not all the York County has to offer. Meredith McCoy shares a new event with a fun twist. If you want to learn more about future events, you can visit their website And I'm Isaac Smith, and we have a special show planned for you this evening. This semester, we've seen everything from national to local elections, including a very tight presidential race. Throughout the 2020 election season, Donald Trump and Joe Biden took different approaches to campaigning. Dr. Holder says rallies and in-person events will always be a part of political participation, but that the COVID-19 pandemic could change the future of political campaigns. Our very own Caroline Riggs for covering the presidential elections throughout this semester.
Norman thanked his family, supporters, and even his opponent, Mo Brown, stating that it's not easy to put your name out there in politics. Isaac, I couldn't imagine being in the political scope of today. There's a lot of controversy when it comes to politics.
You know, politics have used media outlets such as Twitter to make statements. And speaking of controversy, this semester came with much controversy around candidates and even the newest Supreme Court judge, Amy Coney Barrett. Caroline Riggs continued the coverage. I also covered a story about how the Rock Hill community came together to support those in need during this pandemic. Brittany Kelly, owner of the Rock Hill Community Fridge, explains how the fridge came into beginning.
Back in July, believe it or not, I had two little girls reach out to me that they know that I like to do things in the community and help the community out, and so they asked, they showed me an article actually out of California and said, if you can make this happen, we will take care of it, we will stock it. So I said, give me a minute, and I reached out to a select few people that I kind of keep in my back pocket that can help me, that are movers and shakers in the community and help me put things together, and within a couple hours, we had a fridge donated, and we were just researching all that we could to get it up and going. And within the next week, we had it up and going. So it's only been in service now for about 6 weeks, but already in those 6 weeks, we've fed almost over 1,000 people.
The Rock Hill Community Fridge can be found downtown Rock Hill outside of the Mercantile store.
I saw this that they're doing this in LA and I really want to try this, and I was like, absolutely, like I will 100% help you with whatever you need. So I actually ended up doing the branding for it. I designed the logo for it. A lot of my friends come here. I've seen a lot of like Winthrop students coming here now, and just a lot of community members. So it feels really good to see that like everyone can benefit from it.
To find out more information about the Rock Hill Community Fridge, visit cdmercantile.com. That looks like fun, but you don't have to leave your home to find entertainment. Gary Newsom highlighted some of the scariest movies of all time. Gary highlighted a recent scientific study which determined the scariest movie of all time. Researchers curated a list of horror films by looking at the critique list and social media recommendations. 50 participants were fitted with a heart monitor to watch more than 124 hours of horror films. One of the 35 horror films measured, Sinister, has the highest heart rate spike, being 131 beats per minute. The resting heart rate during the film has 86 beats per minute, the highest of any films in the study. Other films within the top 5 were Insidious, The Conjuring, Hereditary, and The Paranormal Activity. Lindsey, speak of media consumer in our lives in this generation. What is your favorite social media?
My personal favorite is TikTok. What about you?
Mine's is Twitter. I love to see the tweets. I love to get news from there. It's just the best app to me.
I love media, just media in general.
How is COVID-19 affecting political debates? Find out later on Winthrop Close-Up.
Interim grades are now available. See how students are holding up despite the changes on campus.
The effects of COVID are also being felt on campus. Most classes are online this school year, which can mean big changes when it comes to midterms. I spoke with Winthrop students to see how they feel about their interim grades. Winthrop University is committed to supporting student success. One way to do that is with interim grades.
Interim grades are sort of a snapshot in time where you stand in your classes for the first 8 weeks. So, I think a lot of students look at them and they're a little bit like shocked, like, oh my gosh, that's my interim grade. So we actually reach out to every student who has a grade of C- or below reported at midterm. and we email them sort of an infusion of all of the academic support resources available to them at Winthrop.
Winthrop has what they call the SU, satisfactory or unsatisfactory grade option. An SU would not be computed towards your GPA, but a student can receive credit in the course as an S in the class. But some students feel like this is not enough.
This semester going forward, I don't think having 1 or 2 SUs is going to cut it for some students. I think they could use maybe a couple more in some cases because, as you get an S in a class, it doesn't really affect your GPA. So I think, it could benefit students more if you had like 1 or 2 extra SUs in addition to the one you already have.
Although it's very unfortunate that most regular in-person classes have moved to remote learning, there are numerous campus resources like the Academic Success Center to help students during this interim grade period. If you want to learn more about how the Academic Success Center supports students, visit www.winthrop.edu/ASC. Welcome to Winthrop Close-Up. I'm Isaac Smith. Winthrop's theater department is still putting on a few productions this semester, including their annual one-act festival featuring plays directed by advanced theater students. Gary Newsom spoke with some of the cast and crew. Bard says people coming to the show should expect to laugh until they cry. The fall season is here with its seasonal markets dedicated to serving residents with their food and holiday decoration needs. The town of Fort Mill opened up its fall market just a few weeks ago, running every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. People can buy and sell produce, flowers, gifts, crafts, and more. There's even free entertainment from local musicians.
The fall market is actually a great way for people to come out in an open air environment to check out a wide variety of vendors. We have artisan crafts, homemade items, food and beverage, farm produce. It's just a really good selection. So it's a good opportunity for people to come out and enjoy something in the community while also staying safe.
The fall market is located in the Veterans Park on North White Street. It is scheduled to take place every Saturday until November 21st. For more information, go to fortmillsc.gov.